They came from the Congo. The prisons in the Congo in Africa, these are rough people. The prisons from the Congo are empty.
Fortunately for us, you can learn a lot from Donald Trump's projection. Donald Trump's hyper insistence upon certain things, his focus on certain things, obsession. And right now, what we're witnessing with him and with the things he's focusing on and attempting not to focus on is about his cognition. And he was just on Capitol Hill. He might still be there right now. And I got 3 clips here for you. And let me tell you, when you see the clickbait titles about Donald Trump's brain collapsing or whatever else, it's hard to argue that that's not what we're witnessing right here, with Donald Trump insisting that you're going to have either a 68% tax increase or you're going to have a massive tax increase. He doesn't know what he's talking about. While insisting that Joe Biden, obsessing with the guy who's no longer president and no longer will be president again, that he had his auto pen out. And what's the other thing? We're going to get to it. There's a really good moment in the second clip where Will Scharf, his nursemaid, performatively smiles when he makes a joke about Gavin Newsom. It's all very alarming because we have an expectation. There's a mandate from the Constitution and what we would expect from a president to do the job. And Donald Trump is incapable of doing that job. It's like just wheeling old grandpa out who has the gift of gab and just wants to wander and ramble, and letting him have the stage, an international stage. That is exactly the situation we find ourselves in, except in this case, old grandpa is suffering severe cognitive decline while pointing at everyone else saying it's them. First, watch this. This is where he says you're either going to get a tax increase from his tax bill or you're going to get a tax increase.
Are Republicans still grandstanding in your view?
Oh, yeah, sure. You have a couple that will grandstand, but I think even the grandstanders should. Look, the alternative is a 68% tax increase. And you can blame the Democrats for that and 1 or 2 grandstanders. We only have 1 or 2, but we have tremendous support. But you'll have a 68% tax increase, or you'll get a massive tax decrease. You'll get a tax cut, the likes of which we've never had before. This is bigger than any Ronald Reagan tax cut. It's even bigger than the tax cut that I gave, because as you know, that's being extended and increased. So this is the biggest tax cut in the history of our country, or you'll get a 68% tax increase. And if that happens, I mean, what Republican could vote for that to happen? Because there wouldn't be a Republican much longer. They would be knocked out so fast.
You see Mike Johnson uncomfortably nodding along, trying to communicate to the country, or his party at the very least, that, oh yeah, this is all normal. Don't worry about what you're witnessing here. It's not what you think it is. It absolutely is what it is. He says you're going to have a 68% tax increase, or you'll get a massive tax increase. He's not okay. He's not okay, and this is not okay. Here's another one. This is illustrative of 2 things. One, that Donald Trump has no idea what the intricate details of this tax bill are whatsoever. They ask him specifically about SALT in this, state and local taxes, and he is, rather than give any fulsome understanding or explanation of what it is at all, he starts rambling about blue states, saying he would have won California or did win California, and then maligning different governors across the country who are blue state governors, like Gavin Newsom, he calls him, and Pritzker from Illinois. But what I want you to pay attention, when he says the Newsom thing, watch in the corner. I think it's off to the right. You'll see his nursemaid, Will Scharf, the guy who has to explain all of his executive orders to him. Watch him smile. He goes from dead nothing to, oh, this is the moment where I have to be on camera, smiling and thinking the thing that was said was clever or funny. He smiles in this big, giant, fake smile, and then it immediately goes away. This is what is expected of them. They have to play along with the game. That Donald Trump's cognition is not waning, that he's not in the twilight years of his life just being, again, wheeled out there to ramble like an incoherent, babbling moron. Watch him not understand the elements of his own tax bill.
Mr. President, what's your message to your fellow New Yorker Republicans who are hung up on the SALT issue?
Well, SALT is a very interesting thing because the governors of New York and Illinois, you know, the big JB who's going nowhere. Probably right now he could be the worst governor in the country. But Illinois and Gavin Newsom, those are the people that want this. And they're Democrat states. They're all Democrat states. You know, Ronald Reagan tried very hard to get this passed, was unable to do it the way we have it, where basically everybody's treated equally. He tried it so hard, and he never got it done. He was always disappointed. He never got it done. We got it done. Now people want to change it. So we're going to be talking about that. But the biggest beneficiary, if we do that, are governors from New York, Illinois, and California. And those governors are the ones that blew it because they weren't able to get it. So I think we're going to be explaining that. These are all very blue states that I don't really believe. If we had honest elections, I don't actually believe. I think I would have won California. I would have won New York. I even think I would have won Illinois. I think we have to, you know, we're going to start this after. I was talking to Mike, and again, I'm his biggest fan. I love this guy. He's the only guy who could have walked in with a one. Think of it. You can't be a guy like me and have a one majority. You have to be a guy like him, a nice person. He's very religious. He prays. He's a man of God. And so am I, but he's really to a new level, I will tell you. He is a great guy. They love him in Louisiana, and they love him that's the only kind of guy. Somebody said, oh, well, we want somebody that, if you put a certain personality in there, you would have never, look at what he got passed, what he's gotten passed. And just so you understand, he's getting this passed too. And I don't think there's anybody I could give you guys that is so tough you guys would run if you ever looked at him. If you ever saw some of these guys, you would not ask him questions you'd be afraid to. This guy did something that I don't think there's anybody that's more well-suited to be Speaker of the House, especially under a case like this. Remember.
And you may ask, well, why now? Why is he projecting so hard now? Why is this insistence on Biden? Let's focus on Biden's cognition, even though, again, Biden's not president, will never be president again, will never run for office again, will never be a fixture or a powerful person in the party again. The influence of Joe Biden it's gone. Thanks for what you did. You were president of the United States. We appreciate you, but he holds no sway with party policy ever, not anymore, right? So why focus on him? Why obsess on him? It's because Donald Trump feels he needs to draw a distinction, and that's the easy target. But when the distinction you're drawing is Joe Biden, do you see? It's exactly what's happening right now. Donald Trump is the thing that he's claiming Joe Biden is. Projection. Anyway, watch this and marvel at the lack of acuity that the President of the United States, with his rambling nonsense and his fifth grade understanding of the language, his mastery of the language that really rivals that of someone in grade school.
And now you find out what happened, because Biden, look, it's a very sad thing what happened, but we're going to start looking into this whole thing with who signed this legislation. Who signed legislation opening our border? I don't think he knew. I said there's nobody that can want an open border. Nobody. And now I find out that it wasn't him. He auto-penned it. Who was operating the auto-pen? This is a very serious thing. We had a president that didn't sign anything. He auto-penned almost everything. He opened the borders of the United States of America. And I kept saying, who would do such a thing? Allowing criminals to pour in from all over the world, not just South America, all over the world. They came in from Africa, they came in from Asia, They came from the Congo. The prisons in the Congo in Africa, these are rough people. The prisons from the Congo are empty. You know where they are? They're in this country. Who would sign this? Nobody would sign it. No sane person would sign it.
It is unbelievable that fascism has come to the United States under the hand of this dawdling moron. This individual who can't slap together two cogent thoughts in a row is the person who is arresting members of Congress, black women Democrats, arresting black mayors, and then releasing them and dropping the charges because there was no case. Just like they will do with the Congresswoman. This is about fear. This is about the Project 2025 goons who are actually in charge of the country. Donald Trump's not president. I mean, he's president by title. He's president by signature, but he's not running shit. Not by any stretch of any explanation of what's happening is it Donald Trump in charge. And I don't know about you, but I didn't vote for Russell Vought to be president of the United States. I didn't vote for the chairperson or the president of Heritage Foundation to be president of the United States, nor Steve fucking Bannon. I don't vote for Donald Trump either. But none of those other people stood for office. None of those other people were elected by anyone, MAGA or otherwise. And yet they run the country. Anyway, what do you think? I would appreciate it if you would comment below. Let me know. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I love and appreciate you very much. Tight spot. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.